Hey, what's up guys? Hope we're doing very fantastic today. It's a Man here with Lucky Rabbit Club, a murder sim visual novel made by Arcade Kitten on itch.io. Now real quick, before I jump into gameplay, I'd like to let you guys know that if you guys like a content feature on any future videos, then well, obviously just leave a comment. Just leave a comment. And so without further ado, let's begin Lucky Rabbit Club. Alright, so view content warnings, of course. So warning, this game contains themes and depictions of the following: strong language, alcohol, drugs, blood, death, violence, gore, eye trauma, and cannibalism. So discretion is advised, and there we go. Alright, and now, oh, where is it? I could have sworn it was over here, somewhere. You continue down the sidewalk, turning your head every which way as you continue to look for it. It's been a while since you've last been here though, and it's very easy to get turned around. Especially now as the sun begins to set and the buildings become aglow with familiar red lights. I see. It makes everything begin to blend in together, and you're almost certain you've gone in at least one circle. Now. A pretty young thing like you shouldn't be wandering around a place like this alone. You turn around behind you expectedly, and he slides into view. Ah, there we go. That's what you said the first time I came here. Guilty as charged. You stare up at the rabbit. He was exactly who you needed to run into. Lucky you. A playboy. I'm glad to see you around here again. You really scared me, you know. Here I sat thinking I'd never get to see you again. And that'd be a shame. 'Cause I really enjoyed our time together. Ah, you really miss lil ol' me? I'm surprised. Well, with how many people fawn over you as soon as you step into the room. You flatter me. What brings you back here anyway? Could it be you were missing being my honey bunny? Well, actually, you see, I realized I forgot something a while ago, and I've been going crazy retracing my steps to try and find it. You didn't happen to see a pearl necklace without an owner anywhere in your club, did you? It's really important to me. I need to get it back. You know, I can't say I recall, but it's more than possible you left it behind. Here, come with me. We'll go looking for it together. Oh, would you? That'd be such a huge help. That'd be such a huge help. Thank you. Of course, don't worry about it. Besides, it'll give us some time to catch up. I had a feeling you might say something like that. You step aside and allow him to lead the way. It brings forth the memories of when you first arrived in the city, and when you first met the very rabbit beside you. He invited you out to a local nightclub for a fun time. Unbeknownst to you at the time, he was the owner of said nightclub. He takes you down a few twists and turns, the area becoming all the more familiar the closer you get. Till at last, he stops right before the entrance. You look up at the glowing, vibrant sign. The Lucky Rabbit. Ah, the Lucky Rabbit. The Lucky Rabbit. With a name like that, you probably should have guessed he ran the thing. But you just weren't thinking. Clearly you weren't thinking, given that you lost such an important item to you. You hope, at least, that you're able to find it somewhere inside these doors. Playboy steps ahead of you, about to open the door for you. But before he's able to, the door opens on its own, and two other women step out. Oh, wait a second! Oh my goodness! Maggie and Mary. Oh my goodness. Maggie, Mary, my girls. Playboy enthusiastically greets the two, even pulling them in for a small group hug. Where are you going? The night hasn't even started yet. Mary started feeling a bit overstimulated. So we thought we'd get some fresh air for now. We'll be back later. We're just gonna go chillax for a while. Bzz. The woman with the red hair, Mary, is looking at you a bit strangely. You wonder briefly if you should say something, but before you get the chance to... Alright girls, I'll see you later. Be good. The two of them continue on their way out. You open... Oh. PB! He's been called over by one of them. Hold on, Nina. I'll be right with you. My voice cracked. Oh. You watch from a distance as Mary grabs Playboy's hands. They're clearly talking about something, but with the distance between you and the noise of the city, it's impossible to hear. They don't talk for very long. And once their conversation is over, Playboy returns to your side. Girlfriends of yours? Nope, just friends. That's so. I didn't know it was possible for you to have friends without them benefiting you in some way. The benefit is that I get to have two friends. Why do you think so lowly of me? Gee, I wonder why. Wouldn't work out anyways. Those girls don't exactly like to have fun. Not the way I do, anyhow. I think I know enough about what's fun for you, bunny boy. After a bit of banter, the two of you finally step inside the nightclub together. Ah yes, twing 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 twing. The club is just as you remember it being. Energetic and lively, but still with an air of class to it that makes you feel like you're just a tad bit fancy even being in here. It's already full of people who are up and dancing their cares away. Did you miss this place? Playboy attempts to talk over the music. I know we're supposed to go looking for your necklace and all, but how's about we grab a drink first? Is it spiked? My treat. Well, if it's your treat, then how could I refuse? You follow Playboy up to the bar and take a seat beside him on the velvet stools. Oh, hey there. Within a few moments, the bartender appears before you. She's a red fox, much like yourself. She greets the both of you, though you can tell she's a bit more focused on Playboy than on you. Still, she turns to you with a smile. What can I get for you this evening, sweetheart? Well, what's it gonna be? We have Bloody Fairy, Cosmopolitan, Margarita, or Margarita, Daiquiri, Morettini, Whisker Sour, and just water's fine, I guess, Margarita. I don't know, I like the name. After you place your order, Playboy follows suit. So, Morettini, the way I like it. Of course, I'll get it for you right away. Thank you, gorgeous. You always know how to keep me happy. You watch for a moment as the bartender begins preparing his drink. The shaking of the cup provides an oddly pleasing sound. Dude, imagine it's like that old Flash game where you had to make like the perfect drink. Yeah, that old like Flash game where you play as a bartender. Yeah, anyway, so you turn back to Playboy for a moment. You have a bit of a type, don't you? What, are you saying you don't have a thing for foxy girls? I don't know what you're talking about. Sure you don't, bunny boy. The bartender returns with your drinks, and you thank her as she passes them over to you. Alright. You look over to Playboy, who took no hesitation in putting the glass to his lips. He's turned away from the bar, and he faces the dance floor, with seemingly people watching as he drinks. Drinks good? Incomparable. You know, I think I remember you getting that when I was first here, too. Do you drink it every night? We all have our vices. I remember you having more than a few drinks over the course of your stay. Got any others? Vices, I mean? Well, that depends on what you mean by it. How about smoking? You smoke at all? I've got some cigars I wouldn't mind sharing. So I smoke or I don't smoke. I don't smoke, I guess? I don't know. Nah, figures. Your teeth are too pretty for that. Thanks. Alright, aside from that, you know, I don't remember. Was there any other substances that you like? Because if you want, let's just say I've got some connections. We can make a real party of things, you know? So, I love party drugs, I'm clean, or refuse to answer. I guess, I'm just gonna say I'm clean, because, nah, I don't wanna do drugs. I'm clean. Not to sound all pretentious or anything, but I don't need any of that stuff to feel a high. Well, aren't you special? Hey, I just said I wasn't trying to sound pretentious. Came out that way anyway, sweetheart. No big deal, though. We had a lot of fun last time without it. Ain't that right? I can't look for my necklace, but it sounds like you're trying to paint the town red. Can you blame me? I still think about that night we met. Walked into town looking like a straight dime, ready for a good time. And I only really got a brief taste of you before you up and disappeared on me. Real cruel thing of you to do, sweetheart. Leaving me out here all high and dry. Oh, please. As if people aren't constantly throwing themselves at you. I remember you kissing a guy while we were headed to the VIP room. And kissing another girl as soon as we stepped inside. So, pardon me if I have trouble believing you missed little old me so much. Of course I missed you. You've got something real special going on, Nina. Right. And how many people have you told that to? I'm serious. I never had a lover I didn't think was special. They've always been so beautiful, you know? And I'm not just talking about a pretty face. I don't get attached if I don't like what's on the inside. And you're not any different from that. Am I so wrong for wanting to enjoy your company again? For wanting to relive some of that fun we had before you left? I've been dreaming of it ever since. So you're not gonna let me down, are you, dream girl? Well, I suppose when you put it like that, it's a little sweet. A little. There's a pause in the conversation. You take notice as Playboy eyes you up and down, glass pressed to his lips. When he's finished drinking, he asks you, "You exercise often?" Why do you ask? Just curious. I exercise regularly, I don't exercise as much as I should, I refuse to answer, I guess just be honest or something, so I don't exercise as much as I should. I could stand to exercise more for sure. It's just hard to find a regime that isn't totally boring sometimes, you know? Well, if you ever need a personal trainer, I wouldn't mind helping you burn some energy. I had a feeling you might say something like that. The conversation tapers off from there. You sip your drink as Playboy looks back into the crowd of people. Your gaze follows suit. There's an energetic song playing, and plenty of people are dancing on the dance floor. Their movements are lively and intense, and if they were about 30% more drunk, they'd probably be knocking each other over. It's a bit fun to watch. So? You wanna dance? Why, yes, of course. Let's hit it. You know it. That's what I like to hear. You hop out of your seat and abandon your drink at the bar, letting the bartender take away what little you had left to go clean the glass. Swiftly, you make your way towards the dance floor, music already beginning to move you before you've made it all the way there. And there we go. Ooh! You brush past a few groups of people as you move to take center stage. No one's really paying attention to you, but being in the middle of the dance floor just feels right. You allow your mind to space out, almost forgetting the reason for your return, lost in the music and the swaying of your hips. It isn't long before Playboy's at your side, dancing along with you. His moves are simple and understated, but he seems to be enjoying himself all the same. For the most part, you just dance side by side, moving separately but together. But every now and again, your moves align in a pleasant sync, creating a playful dance floor harmony. You must admit, it is rather fun when he gives you a twirl. The two of you continue to dance into the night, and you lose track of time in the midst of your enjoyment. But, as to be expected, exhaustion begins to catch up to you. So before you're completely drained of energy, you signal to Playboy that you need to take a break, and he follows you off the dance floor. Not bad, sweetheart. I was getting worried you might have lost some of your spark in the time you were away. Who, me? Never. I just need to take a pause before I break a heel. No worries. Thanks for keeping me entertained, Been a while since I had a good dance like that. If you want, we can go look for that necklace of yours now. Oh, could we? That'd be perfect. Thank you so much. Anytime, pretty lady. Playboy starts walking through the club and towards the back of the building, where you remember the VIP sections being. You follow along behind him, wondering if you really will find the necklace back here after everything. It's a stretch, but it's better than not checking at all. Eventually, Playboy stops in front of the door. He pulls a key card out from his jacket and unlocks it. Before you know it, you're back in the very familiar VIP room. And here we are. You inhale deeply as you enter the room, noting the faint oriental notes of the scent of it. It brings back more memories than just seeing the room alone would provide. It looks mostly the same, but with a few things changed around since your last visit. And here we are. You're lucky it's got no reservations tonight, so you can search around freely. I don't know. What do you mean? I mean, I'm gonna check anyway, but... Do you really think I have a chance at finding it here? It's been so long since I was last here, and this area gets used by so many people. It's possible someone just picked up my necklace and ran off with it. I mean, yeah, sure, it's a possibility. But we won't know for sure until we check, right? I guess. Here, I'll look on the... Playboy? Sir, where are you? Sorry, it looks like I'm needed elsewhere. I'll be back to help you look in a bit. Feel free to get started without me. Playboy struts past you to go... struts? Playboy struts past you to go find what you assume is an employee looking for him and closes the door behind him. You are alone in the room. Alright, if my necklace really is here, where might I have left it? So using your mouse, hover over the background and click on the highlighted spots to interact with different objects around the room. Alright then. So we have this liquid table thingy. A quick scan over the top of the table tells you there's nothing on it except the bucket and the bottle. Just in case, you kneel over on the floor and peer your head underneath. Nothing. Okay, then what about this? You see a picture frame on the side table and pick it up to inspect it. Ah, there's I think that's Twyla, no? Yeah, you recognize the people in this picture. You shared the VIP room with them last time you were here. Yeah, I think the one I know that the one on the right is Twyla. I don't know who's on the left though. Yeah, but I know the one on the right is Twyla. Unlike plenty of other guests, they didn't seem to have a thing going on with Playboy. You can't recall their names though. Well, one of them's Twyla. As I said. Did they ever even tell you? Putting the picture frame down, you check the side table drawer for your necklace. It's empty, aside from a corkscrew bottle opener. Do we take it? What about the couch? I mean, maybe? You walk over to the couch and stick your arm between the cushion and back of the couch. You dig around, hoping that the familiar shape of your necklace will make itself known to you. Alas, there's nothing behind there but spare change and dust bunnies. Huh. Right, and this other couch? So I mean, maybe to the couch, stick your arm between the cushion, dig around. Alas, there's nothing behind there but spare change, right. The plant? I guess? Just in case, you check the plant. To your surprise, it's a real plant, not a plastic one. There's no sign of your necklace near it though, and you're sure it's not packed in between all the dirt in the pot. You step away from the plant. We can check the dirt. The drinks. What do we have here? More drinks line some shelves in the room. I have a feeling these drinks are like a hint to some sort of code or something. More drinks line some shelves in the room. You have to wonder when too much is too much. It's too much when it starts hurting your liver. Do most of these even get open? Regardless, your necklace isn't hiding among them. Let's see, and then what's this, a refrigerator? Possibly. You open up the oh, it's just a cabinet. So you open up the cabinet in the room, cautiously eyeing each and every shelf. There's glasses in here to drink your drinks in, and a small shelf near the bottom seems to contain party games you remember playing. You carefully push the contents inside, not wanting to risk dropping or breaking anything. Just maybe you left your necklace in here somehow. Alas, the search is fruitless. You check the shelves inside multiple times just to be careful, but there's nothing even close to resembling your necklace in here. You close the cabinet again. And where else can we search? There's the light. You look upwards towards the chandelier in the room. It's not like your necklace would have wound up there somehow. Unless you were drunker than you remember. No, definitely not. This? Oh my goodness, hiccup. You look into the mirror. You strike a pose or two, and then do a simple twirl in front of it. Yep, still got it. And this picture frame? Or this painting? You look upon the bigger picture frame in this room. There's a painted portrait here, of a figure you don't quite recognize. Maybe you're not supposed to. Maybe it's just artwork. Looks cool. And it certainly has nothing to do with your necklace. Well then, we check this. Oh, we didn't check this actually. A clock. No way that's the right time. Is it? You reach up and poke the clock hands with your fingers. They follow whatever direction you push them in. Set the clock to any specific time. Not yet. Not yet, cause I'm thinking this could be our first hint here. This over here, so that mean the time would be what, like 2 or 3 o'clock? Yeah. Hold on. Let's see, let's try it out. Any specific time? Yeah. Which time? Let's try 2 o'clock. You set the clock's hands to your desired time. Nothing happened. So maybe 3 o'clock then. No. So as I said, there might be hints in these bottles. There's some more drinks. Let's see. So 7W. Oh wait, no, these are letter codes. Most of these get open. Is not hidden. Okay. Picture frame. No hints in this picture, I don't think. Well, let's try and brute force it. Why not? Let's try 10 o'clock? Nah. Which time? 11. Just gonna brute force it. 12? Oh, there we go. So after a moment, the clock opens like a cabinet door. Oh, what's this? Behind the clock lies a wall-mounted keyboard. Is there a code meant to go here? Yeah, on the bottles. Yeah, so it's, more drinks, line some shelves in the room. So I think it's, YX7WQ. So YX7WQ, 4HK, I think. So it's YX7WQ, 4HK, I think so. YX7WQ, okay. Let's try. So Y, I think it's capitalized. YX7WQ 4HK. There we go. Huh? The mirror? You walk over to where the mirror once was. Ah. Oh, nice shoes. Stairs? Stairs! Is there a basement in here? Uh-oh. But why behind the mirror? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Huh? You felt a sharp pain in your body suddenly. I think we got tranquilized. And with it comes a heaviness in your whole being, like you were going to faint. Tranquilized. The world around you becomes harder to perceive. The sight in front of you beginning to meld together until nothing is recognizable. Your arms fall slack at your sides and your knees feel weak. And before you know it, boom, unconscious. You're out. Oh, this is not good. Not good. So we must get out. Ah. The fortified door. Uh-oh. Slowly, you open your eyes again. Oh, whoa. There's a body there. Uh-oh. You take a cursory look around you. What the hell is this place? You feel cool metal underneath you. You must be laying on a table or counter of some sorts. Uh-oh. You attempt to get up. We're trapped. But it appears you've been strapped down. These straps feel like they could be tighter. You could possibly wriggle your way out, but you're also not sure if you'll alert anyone in the process. What will you do? Well, let's look to our left real quick. You turn your head to your left. On a neighboring table is another young woman, but unlike yourself, she's very clearly dead. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. She's got a rough cut across her throat. No one's even bothered to clean her up, which leads you to assume she was killed and brought down here as soon as she was. But if that's the case, why bother even strapping her in? Zombie? You turn your attention away from her. Not like she can help you get out of here. Look to our right. You turn your head to your right. There's not much to look at on this side other than a glass-paned cabinet and some strange machine. It's big and bulky, with lots of buttons and flashing lights. You have absolutely no idea what it could be used for or why it's down here. As for the cabinet, you're too far away to be able to see inside. You can only guess what its contents are. Head back to the center of the room. Maybe struggle? You struggle in your binds. You have been bound by your wrists, forearms, ankles, and thighs. They offer a bit more give than you were expecting, but not enough to free yourself yet. Maybe struggle again? You struggle again, exerting a bit more energy this time. You can feel your binds becoming a bit looser the more you struggle. What's this made of anyways? Feels like leather. Then we struggle again, because funneling all your strength, you give one last struggle. And you did it! You're free! You rub your wrist as you approach the door. Oh. Sweetheart, that's not how this works. Get back on the table. Nah, we can't attack him, dude. Look, he's got, like, a six-pack there. We can't. Get back on the table. You're not about to do something stupid and attack the lion in his den. Reluctantly, you take a few steps back, not taking your eyes off of him. Once you feel the edge of the table, you hop back on and lay back down. Playboy approaches you and straps you back in, tighter this time. Playboy. Care to explain yourself? So what's the meaning of this? This better just be some cruel. So what's the meaning of this? Meaning of this? You know, it really is a shame. I have a lot of fun with you. I would have loved to take you out a bit more before we wind it up here. Especially after I just got you back. I had some fun dates planned. We had such a good thing going on last time. Yes, it's my fault for getting too excited to recreate it. Can you cut this out? What is this about? You really want to know? Alright, I'll just say it then. I see a lot of people. I like a lot of people. I date a lot of people. And then, at a point, I take what's mine. And when it comes to you, well, you left me. And that makes you my ex. And the whole thing with that is, I don't really do exes. Not unless I'm the one doing the exing, you dig? So what, you're going to kill me, is that it? Just wait here a little while longer, okay, honey bunny? Sit tight. Not like you really have a choice. Playboy walks up to your table and tightens the straps, seemingly extra careful. And just like that, Playboy's out the door. Well, shit. Now what are you gonna do? I mean, we can't just stay put, dude, because, I mean, he said himself he doesn't do Xing. He doesn't do the Ekis, you dig? We have to struggle, dude. You try your best to struggle free. Fortunately, the straps are a lot tighter this time and you feel no give from them. You sigh in frustration. Well, I guess we stay put. You stay into place, trying to think of what you can do to get out. It's not helping you. Then, I don't know, man. Just struggle? You try your best to struggle free. Unfortunately, the straps are a lot tighter this time. So you let out a loud sigh of frustration. You're not getting anywhere like this. And before you know it, you hear familiar footsteps making their way towards the door again. Shit, shit, shit! It's okay, don't panic. You can still get out of this. He said himself how much he liked you. Maybe you can use that to your advantage. Yeah, that's it. He's almost in the room. And as soon as he is, you'll act your heart out. Tell him anything you can to get him to even consider letting you go. You think carefully over what you're going to say. It's your only chance after all. Okay. With that in mind, I think I should save, no? Well, hold on. Let's wait for things to load a bit. Playboy walks back in, rolling something behind him. Yeah, so let's try saving first. In, I think, this slot, no? Yeah. Okay. So, See? Didn't take long. Thanks for being a good girl and waiting for me. Right. Playboy walks over to your table and hovers above you as he gets his things prepared. Wait! Before you do anything, Playboy pauses and looks down at you. Oh my goodness. The expression on his face as he does so is so odd. Got that Michael Myers face. So innocuous. He's looking at you with genuine curiosity. He's listening for what you have to say. Well, here goes nothing. Please don't do this to me. I still want to be together. This can be our the secret. This can be our secret. Okay. I'm sure you hear it all the time, but I mean it. I won't tell anyone what I saw here tonight. Not a single soul. I could even help you, too. Help you gather girls, boys, whoever. We could be a team. I could be valuable to you. And I'd never tell because if I did, I'd get in trouble, too. Please, just give me a chance to prove myself. Aw, ain't that sweet. I don't lie to you, sweetheart. The idea of it is awfully tempting. I do enjoy having fun with you. You're a real fun girl. And it'd please me mighty fine to let you go and have more fun before getting down to business. Unfortunately, I just don't trust you enough. You understand why it's gotta be this way, don't you? Ugh. And here I thought you liked me. I would have almost even said you loved me with the way you acted back then. Ha, come on now. You're acting like no one ever taught you that love is violence. I appreciate you sitting tight here though, while I got things prepared. I like a girl that knows how to listen. So, lucky you get to go out easy. While you can't move your head much, you can see out of the corners of your eyes that Playboy is grabbing some sort of inhalation mask. You know what's coming. Stuff's a lot stronger than what I gave you before. You'll be out like a light. Good night, Nina. Think quickly or turn your head. I don't think I have time to think, do I? Turn my head? I can't turn my head. It literally said I can't turn my head. Think quickly, I guess? You attempt to think of some other last-minute escape out of this. And you feel yourself begin to paralyze in fear as you realize there is none. You can barely even move, let alone process it, as Playboy moves the mask over your face. You attempt to hold your breath, but it does you no favors. You begin to feel lightheaded within seconds. And within a few more, you don't feel anything at all anymore. Oh boy. Not good. That should be... No, that can't be right. I thought that... Oh, I'm completely lost, aren't I? Now, what do we have here? Excuse me, little lady. A pretty young thing like you shouldn't be wandering around a place like this alone. Oh, sorry. I'm just a little lost. I was looking for the Lucky Rabbit Club. Do you know where it is? Well, I think I should. I run the place. Oh, really? Lucky me then. Want to be even luckier? How about I make you my special guest for tonight? Really? You don't gotta do that. I insist. I'll make it a night you'll remember for the rest of your life. Oh boy. End. What end? The cycle continues like purgatory or what? Nah. Nah, so ending. Alright, so I think that's one ending so far, right? Yeah. Because there's 11 endings, if I remember correctly. Alright, so let me load the save real quick. Didn't take long. Walks over. So what could we say in this instance? So please don't do this to me. I still want to be together. Maybe we could try this second option. I'm not so sure. I still want to be together. Please don't do this to me. Maybe we could try begging our way out? I don't know. Please, please, please don't do this to me. I didn't mean to find what I did. It was an accident. You're not going to punish me over a simple mistake, are you? I'm sure you've made mistakes in your life, too. Come on, can't you forgive me? Bit hard to forgive someone who didn't say sorry. If I say sorry, would you let me go? I don't lie to you, sweetheart. The idea of it is awfully tempting. Is this the same? Having fun with you, I do enjoy having fun with you. You're a real fun girl. And it'd please me mighty fine to let you go and have more fun before getting down to business. Unfortunately, I just don't trust you enough. Ah, shoot. I think it is the same. You understand why it's gotta be this way. Ugh. Hair thought you liked me. Come on now. So, the mask. So, I mean, I guess we could gamble again and turn our head. In a last-ditch act of rebellion, you turn your head away from the mask. Playboy forcefully grabs your face by the chin and roughly turns your head into position. He attaches the mask to your face before he can protest any further. You attempt to hold your breath. Yeah, so I think this might be the same ending here. Yeah, so, hold on, let me see how to change things up a bit. Okay, so now, ultimately, I eventually figured out that you are supposed to look to your left after, after getting strapped down on the table for the first time. So now that I've looked again, it says, okay, so it says, so looking closer, you can see a button on the side of the table she's on. Could that be a way to open the straps? There's only one way to find out. You take note of where the button is on her table and hope it's the same as yours. You can't reach it with your hands, of course. Maybe if you can wiggle your tail around to it. Oh. There we go. Oh, the restraints instantly retract into the table and you hop to your feet. You're a bit wobbly at first, but quickly regain your composure. Alright, he could be coming back at any moment. There's no time to waste. It's time to make your escape. By clicking and dragging on the background, you can get a better look at some of the rooms you find yourself in. Right. Anyways. Let's save. Love this royalty-free music. Kevin MacLeod. Alright, anyways, so... click and drag, right? This door appears to be the only way out of this room. Will you exit the room now? Shh, not yet. So, but what are these? You approach the shelf in the room. There's a few strange boxes and a pile of bed sheets, maybe towels, sitting spaced out on the shelves. Surely there's something in these containers that'll be of use to you. Alas, most of them are empty. There's some mysterious red stains at the bottom of some of them. Uh-oh. And this? Okay, there we go. That's how you do it. And this? You walk over to the card hiding in the corner of the room. There's some mysterious containers in a locked case. You open the drawer in the cart. There's not really anything useful inside. Just some empty syringes, bottles, and a jar full of fluid. Okay, and then the cabinet? You walk over to the cabinet and carefully peer into the glass, nearly pressing your face to it. Inside seems to be a collection of surgical tools. Open the cabinet? Yes. It's locked. It's... okay. There seems to be some kind of code needed to open it. 3 times 2 plus 1. Oh, that is too easy. 3 times 2 is 6. Plus 1 is 7. Yay! Nothing happens. Nah, then that would mean that we have to interact with this. You walk over to the large machine in the room. It's coated in buttons and panels and flashing lights. Looking closer at it doesn't help you understand it at all. The only thing that you can read properly is a circle with the number 1 in the center. Is it a circle? It's got sides just slightly. 1, 2, 3, decagon? No, dodecagon? That's what it's called. Dodecagon. You decide to just leave it be for now. You don't want to set off any alarms by messing with anything. So... a code. So if not this, then 3 times 2 plus 1. Maybe it's 9 actually, because I think we're supposed to do addition first. No. Well, let's see. Yes. 3 times 2. Multiplication, division, addition. 3 times 2. What if I distribute it? if it's 3 times 2, then it's 6, but nah, that'll give me the same answer. Cause I'm thinking, 3 times 2, 7. Nah. So the only way out of this room, exit. Why not? Cause you step out into the bright hallway. The lights are almost blinding and give off a slight buzz. There's a variety of areas to inspect. Where will you go? Let's see. Maybe not the lab room. No. Left door? You look towards the door on the left side of the paths. You try to open it, but it's locked. There's a keypad to input some sort of code and a screen resting above it. Maybe that'll unlock it. Music notes. So, okay, so I know that where the clef is G. So, A, B, C, D. So D, A, D, E, D, A, D, E. So D, A, D, E, A, and G. Nothing happens. Leave it alone for now. Well, I think I might have got it wrong. Hold on. So G, A, B. So G, A, B, C, D. Oh no, it's D, C, D, E, C, and G. There we go. The door softly unlocks for you. Oh, okay. You step into the room and are immediately hit with a huge chill that makes you huddle into yourself for warmth. It is freezing in here, and it doesn't exactly take a genius to figure out why that might be. The walls are covered in lockers. You already know what must be inside, but they cannot be your main concern. Hopefully with some luck you can find something of value in here. Body disposal? Yeah, it's a morgue. One locker is left open. Peeking inside, there's only cold and darkness to greet you. It probably won't be long before it's filled like all the rest. A chair. There's a rolling chair tucked into the corner of the room. It has a plush seat, which feels unfitting for the environment it's in. You doubt it will be of any use to you. There's a large stretch of lockers across the wall. Looking closer, they are labeled, but the labels don't make any sense to you, just a mix of numbers. It's a morgue. You won't disturb them. You're certain they've been disturbed enough. And this? There appears to be some kind of digital log next to the door of the room. You might as well read it. Doctor's log entry X. 2 lockers were filled today, a man and a woman. We usually don't get 2 at once. That let us capitalize, so E, I guess? So it was a bit of a surprise. So E-A... But our ever so eager boss assured us that it was the best way to take care of things. So E-A-N... And we're not getting paid to judge, we're getting paid to work. E-A-N... First, the man who was brought in. A horse, but certainly not as healthy as, so E-A-N-A... They usually say they are. Our boss informed us he was a smoker, but it's not as though he needed to say anything we could tell. His lungs were inflamed and gray. You'd think this would have killed him before our boss got the chance to. Nonetheless, we followed our standard procedure. E-A-N-A-P... and removed all organs from the abdominal cavity. Then there was a woman. A fish, beta. So E-A-N-A-P-I... E-A-N-A-P-I. Her coloration was quite striking. I was almost envious. She seemed to be in a better state than the gentleman was. Her organs were healthy enough, all except her liver, so E-A-N-A-P-I-N. I think, yeah. Her liver seemed to be a bit fatty. We can work with this. They were properly emptied and then stored away. We're running out of room. We'll have to plan for expulsions sooner than we usually schedule them. That's fine. I've been wanting to empty the space again anyways. E-A-N-A-P-I-N or something? I think the last one was N. I don't know. I don't remember. I like the fresh start after expulsion day. Oh, E. Okay, so E-A-N-A-P-I-N-E. Okay, so let's save for now. So, let's go, I think that's out of the room, but let's look at these first. There's a scale sitting upon the table in the room. You have a feeling you know what it measures, but part of you still wonders if weight is really all that important. And these? A row of jars sitting along the table. They're clearly holding things, but it's hard to say exactly what. The glass is clouded, and the contained items are soaking in some kind of liquid. You can only assume it's excess blood. A part of you is tempted to open one, but the much smarter part of you doesn't want to risk tracking blood around the place in any way. And the table itself. There's a work table in the room. It's covered in a tablecloth which is covered in blood. You'd think they'd be a little neater with their operations if they're hoping to avoid getting caught. But well, they seem to have avoided it so far, so they must be doing something right. So, But what's the code 4 though? Morgue. North path, large doors. Maybe the north path? You walk further north down the string of hallways. When you get there, you see a staircase. Surely this is the same one you saw before, right? You hurriedly make your way up the stairs. And then, naturally, you attempt to go for the door first. However, there doesn't seem to be any kind of handle or knob, and pushing on it does nothing. Okay, but then there's this. You look over at the screen next to the door. Music notes. There appears to be some sort of song written here. So, they're both treble clef. But why? You look beside the door. There's 2 scanners here. One of them is looking for a key card, the other an eye scanner. You don't have any key card in you, and your eye definitely isn't going to work on this. There's a keypad next to the door. Is there anything you can type here? Yeah, the music notes. But hold on. So, so E, F, G, A, B, C, D. Okay, okay, no, never mind. This is just a hint. Okay, so, so then it would be E, D. So E, D, C. Yeah, E, D, C, D, E, E, E. E, wait, E, D, C, D, E, E, E. E, D, C, D, E, E, E. Yeah. Hold on, let me see if that's correct. E, D, C, hold on. Oops, and I forgot. Okay, so it's E, D, C, so E, D, C, D, E, okay, yeah. E, D, C, D, E, 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 okay. The keypad lets out a soft ding. Surely you must have done it right then? You stand in front of the door waiting for it to slide open, but that doesn't happen. You think about inputting the code again when... Hello? You hear his voice crackle through a speaker. Shit! You keep quiet, hoping that if you don't make any noise, he'll think it was just a glitch or something. Nina, is that you? Shit! Haha, did you think it'd open the door for you? It's a failsafe for a buddy of mine. Don't worry, I'll come get you. You hurriedly turn away from the door and do your best to get down the stairs without tripping. You look around yourself in a panic. You need to hide somewhere, but where? Is it even worth hiding? He knows you're out. It's only a matter of time before he finds you. You continue racing down the halls, not even sure where you're going at this point. You run down one hall only to find out it's essentially a dead end. There is a door, but it's locked, and you don't have the time to try unlocking it. Desperate for time. What? There we go. Sorry, darling. I don't mean to manhandle you, but you didn't give me much of a choice. Let me go. I'll go back to the table, so let me go. Really? Did you think that would work? Was worth a shot. Haha. You're a funny girl, Nina. I'll miss that. You suddenly feel a sharp pain in your back, similar to the one when you discovered the stairs. Much like then, your vision begins to wane. Until there's nothing left. Ooh. End. Dead Time Lullaby. Okay. I think that's the... I don't know, how many endings is that so far? That's 2 of them. Alright, so well, let's load our save for now. So we're here at the morgue, right? North path, you know, we can't go there. Large doors. There's a fairly large door across from you in the hallway. Unsurprisingly, it's locked. It seems to require a number code to open. When you tap on the interface, all it states is weight of the last batch. Weight of the last batch, but we don't know that yet. Yeah. Maybe go back to the morgue, because there should have been a scale here. Measure the jars? Yeah. You take the jars you have next to you and begin to measure them. The first jar weighs 418 grams. It said the last batch, though. Second jar weighs 215 grams. Third jar weighs 322 grams. Fourth jar weighs 111 grams. After weighing them, you put the jars back the way you find them. So, is the fourth jar the last one? 111? Nothing happens, no. So then I might have to memorize all the numbers here, then. Yeah, so go back to the morgue. So I'll try it. You take the jars that are here and place them on the scale one at a time. 418. So 418, 215, 322, and okay. 418. Hold on. Okay, 418. So 418, 215, and 322. Okay. So, North Path. Wait, no, not the North Path. Let's go back. Go back. Large doors. So is it 418? No. So then it's maybe... No. Then I guess that leaves one more. Nothing happens. Unless we have to add them all. Uh-oh. I guess we do. Oh, it's a batch. Right, because it's a batch. Okay, yeah, hold on. Let me do some... Let me do some math real quick. Okay, I've decided to, like, save those large doors, like, for last, and this time go down the ornate doors. So, looking down one hall, you can see a pair of doors that looks much more ornate than the others in the area. There's no windows, and it has interesting patterns etched symmetrically into the front. Attempting to open it yields no results, however, but there is a space to input numbers, right near an odd-looking screen. The chess. So, queen, pawn, and... Oh, wait, no, sorry. King, pawn, and queen. And then the tower, bishop, and the knight. Oh. Might have to look up a chessboard, aren't I? King, pawn... wait, actually, no. King, pawn, and queen... And then minus the tower, plus bishop, plus the knight. Let me think. Yeah, hold on. Because I think they're... What about the corner door? There's a small door tucked away in the corner of the hall. As you assumed, it's locked. It seems like it's requiring a code to open. Not just that, it's asking you for something. Looks like you're meant to place your finger in a small hole attached to the door. Will you stick your finger in? Why not? Might have resulted in an ending. Yeah. Ouch. Something pricked your finger. You pull your finger out into and look at the bright red spot left by whatever needle was hidden there. Suddenly the screen that requires a code is blinking with a message. Confirm the blood type. Ugh, seriously? How am I supposed to know what it is? No one keeps track of those things anymore. The code screen shows you the following symbols. Your blood type is... 1, 2, 3... I don't know what this means. Let's just brute force it. Maybe O? Screen flashes red X at you. Seems it was incorrect. So just brute force it, I guess. I don't know. Maybe A? No. Or B. Because it could either be A positive or whatever. Yeah. So A positive, or I don't think we could type that in. A. No. Nah. Okay, well, because I'm thinking it could only be the large doors. Yeah, hold on, let me figure this out real quick. Okay, I found another clue here. So I interacted with this drawer over here in the lab room. So it says, actually, you pick up the jar, the contents inside swooshing as you do so. Maybe you pocket the jar for now. Because I'm thinking, like, oops. I'm thinking, like, maybe this is the last batch, quote-unquote, that they were talking about. So I could weigh this in the morgue. Yeah. Hold on, not yet, because there's an inventory button over here. Measure jars. The fifth jar weighs 174. Okay, after weighing them, okay, 174. Alright, so that's the last batch. Okay. 174. Nothing happens. What do you mean? Oh, wait, right. Batch. I had to add them all. I forgot. Okay. Let's do some more math. Alright, so the result that I got was 1,240 kilograms. So now it says, after a moment of processing, the door is open for you. So that was correct. 1,240. So what's behind it? Oh, what is this? You step into the room. Like the morgue, it's cold, but definitely not as cold. There's a lot of bizarre stuff in here, but by this point, it's not surprising. Right. So, let's interact with everything here. There's the doors to exit, I think. There's some sort of strange block of machinery here. You can't make heads or tails of it. Attempting to read the screen attached to the side just makes you even more confused. Clearly this is meant for someone with knowledge you just don't have. There's some drawers here, although it doesn't look it. The drawers are locked and are asking for a password to get in. Provide the green word. I don't know what the green word is. Seems that wasn't it. And there's a tall cabinet here with a screen on top. It seems like if you want inside, you need to answer a password. The red word. Okay, wasn't it? And this? You approach the large row of fridges that feel like they're glaring at you. They're obviously the room's focus, and any time spent not looking at them feels like ignoring the elephant in the room. You gaze into their clear windows, and rows upon rows of rectangular jars stare back at you. Jeez, this amount is absurd. He has to be selling these. Some sort of black market organs dealer. How much have you made on this alone? As your eyes continue to skim through the contents of the fridge, a small glint near the bottom catches your eye. You squat down to get a closer look. There appears to be some sort of USB left on the bottom shelf of the refrigerator. Open the refrigerator? Yes. As soon as you open the door even slightly, an alarm begins to go off. Uh-oh. You panic-headedly look around you, but you can't see the source of the alarm anywhere. Not that it matters, anyone around already knows you're here. Shit! You consider hiding for a moment before realizing there's nowhere in here that you could hide. So of course, you rush to the door hoping to be able to hide somewhere else until someone deactivates the alarm. But the door opens just a second too early, and horror dawns on you as you realize what's going to happen. Sure enough, he's there, and you're on the ground. I had a feeling it might be you. You're a tough one, I'll give you that. But not very careful, are you? Well? Got anything to say for yourself? Just this, yeah. I had a feeling it might be something like that. You feel his grip on your throat tighten. Attempting to speak at all at this point is impossible anymore. See you on the other side, Nina. And we're dead. We got choked to death. Or strangled. So, he took your breath away, literally. Alright, so I think that's, no, 3 endings. Yeah, 3. Alright, well, let's load again. This time, large doors. Enter the code. So, we already know what's in here. So, blah, blah, blah. So, blah, blah, blah. No. Leave the fridge alone. Something up here? No. Bulletin board. There's a crowded cork board in the room. Take a look up at it. Oh, there it is. There's the code. So there's rabbit, face. We got those hexagons, with a code beside them. That'll come in handy later. So what does it say here? It says, stop storing the assets away so haphazardly, especially if you aren't going to label them properly. It's a real pain when I go to grab one and have to empty a whole shelf just to find the one I'm looking for. And on that note, please try to separate them by condition as well. You know that he has a preference, and he likes to keep the quote-unquote better blanks for our associates if they should blank for them. Works out better for blah blah. So the man is such a glutton for blank punishment, at least on his own terms. So, and there's the chess thing here. Yeah, the chess code. So, 12 plus 16 minus 19. That's the chess thing here, but I don't know if we could look like further to the sides. This is, I think this is the queen. No, yeah, the queen. So there's got to be others. Right, the cork board, and this here. You walk up to one of the stations in the room. You're not really sure what it could be used for, or what it accomplishes that objects and... Wait, you're not really sure what it could be used for, or what it accomplishes that objects in the other rooms don't already. You don't know what any of these buttons do, and you're not sure you want to try them out. And this, you walk up to one of the stations in the room. There's a bright red screen looking back at you. It's a touch screen, and you play around with some of the options for anything that might be useful. Through your stumbling, you find an option that reads disable refrigerator security. Let's save. Attempt, but I think it might ask us for like a password. No, make your selection. Victory. So yeah, victory might be on this board here. More stuff. And this, there's a safe in the room. Strangely appears to operate based on a letter code rather than a combination lock input code. No. Well, it could be from the morgue. Hold on. There's a thing here. You're not sure what it is. It's a thing. Is it a capsule? You're not sure how to open it. It's not a camera, is it? No, it shouldn't be. You're not really sure what to do with it. Maybe it's best to just leave it be. Anything else? I mean, because there's these panels here. There's a column full of glowing lights against the wall. The words on here are easier to understand than some of the other stuff in this place. Seems to mostly be reading the weather. That's odd. Why would it be reading the weather? Maybe whoever's down here is curious about what's going on above the surface. Not like they have windows down here. Windows. Nah, they don't. So it's asking about colored words, but we did get one code out of this. Just one, though. If it's these here, then I guess it's poem or something. I don't know. Let me think. So, corner door. There we go. The door unlocks. You walk into the room, finally. It seems like the most normal room you've encountered. Aside from a bit of strange machinery, it looks like a normal office. It almost feels inappropriate. We have better things to do than ponder over that. Right. Let's let's save for now. Alright, so we got some what is this? There's a glowing scan of some sort here. HHK. That's not just any scan. That's a scan of you. Oh boy, it's us. Images of you flicker on the screen with words describing you. Nina, last name unknown. Red fox. Intersex, female. Eyes yellow. Hair orange. Blood type poem. Notes, scans are picking up something, unclear as of now. Will review her organs after removal. Well, that last sentence is the most reassuring. You've got to get out of here. Right, but hold on, did I see something else there? Or was it just, okay, yeah, it was just... Said something about a red word I remember earlier in the large door room. But let's poke through here a bit. There's these. Ah, here it is. Strangely enough, there seems to be a small makeup set in here. You take a look over at it. Part of you is almost tempted to nick some for yourself, but you're sure whoever owns this will know if one goes missing. Best to play it safe. Right. And these? You open some of the cabinets under the desk. They're not locked, but there's also not really anything important in here. Staplers, paper clips, office tape, just supplies and junk drawers. Whatever. And this? You approach the computer in the room, leaning over the keyboard as you reach your hands out to the controls. Or before you reveal, oh! What are you doing in here? A rather effeminate man barges into the room and accosts you before you can do anything. He's clearly panicked. This isn't going to end well. Before you have time to react or even reach him, he attacks you with some kind of stun gun. It's immediately apparent to you as you feel electricity burn and ripple across your entire being. Your muscles contract and lock up in ways you didn't think were possible. You never really wanted to know it was. You can't even tilt your head or reach the slightest inch forward. All control has been ripped from you in a matter of seconds. You've never been struck by lightning before, but you have to imagine it must feel somewhat like this. You collapse into the floor after a moment, but you're not met with any relief. As soon as you've fallen, he shocks you again. And again and again and again. Like he's afraid if he lets you go for even a second, you'd be at his throat. Which to be fair, you probably would be. The pain is so intense, growing and spreading until it all suddenly dissolves in a brief moment before you black out completely. You never get back up. Uh-oh. I think we got electrocuted, no? Like to death. And fried foxtail. Okay, well let's reload and not interact with that. What's this? Full of lots of paper and words you don't quite understand, borderline unreadable. There's a small sticky note with a drawing of someone on it, though. Regretfully, admittedly, cute. Yeah, I think I know who it is. There's a mini fridge in here. By this point, you're half expecting it to be full of body parts like everything else is. It's not, though. Actually, it's full of snacks. Cans of iced coffee and tea, some grilled beef dish. There's even a stack of chocolate bars tucked into the corner. Eat something? No. You leave the fridge alone? Override. Well, actually, what happens if we do eat something? Screw it, mini fridges are made to be emptied. You grab a container full of strawberries and pop a few into your mouth. You're not usually one for sweet stuff, but something about the situation you're in makes this feel like one of the best meals you've ever tasted. You shut the container and put it back in the fridge. That's better. Okay. But there's an illuminated workspace here. You're not sure what could be worked on over here. It doesn't exactly look like the kind of place you'd handle body parts. You thought maybe there'd be some kind of tool up here you could defend yourself with. A screwdriver or a hammer. But there's nothing. And these? You look at the boxes under the workspace. It's full of machinery components, but no tools to put them together. Screws, bolts, washers, batteries, and a knight piece with a number 28 written on it. Okay, so we got the queen and the knight. Yeah. So 28 on the knight. What about this? There's a metal panel here. You try to open it, but there's not even an inch of give. It's definitely the kind of door that requires some special sort of tool to open, or like is closed by magnets or something. It's probably nothing relevant to you anyways. It's just a bunch of machine buttons that control the lights on the workspace or something. And there's a small shelf attached to this contraption. There's nothing of usefulness here, but mysteriously there's a storybook here. A children's storybook. You remember this story from your own childhood. What's it doing here? Read it? Yeah. The turtle and the rabbit. So, you are so slow, said the rabbit to the turtle. Speed is not everything, said the turtle to the rabbit. I will show you. I will beat you in a race. Ha ha, laughed the rabbit. We'll see about that. All the woodland animals gathered around to see the race. On their marks, get set, go. The rabbit sprinted away from the starting line, leaving the turtle behind, figuring that he had plenty of time to wait for the turtle to catch up. He gathered some leaves together and then lay down for a nap. After some time, the turtle approached where the rabbit was sleeping. He continued on along the path, determined to finish the race. Oh, haha, the rabbit laughed, looking down into the hole. You were right, speed isn't everything, you have to be clever too. The rabbit sped forward, leaving the turtle behind once again. He ran until he reached the finish line. Once he crossed it, he was greeted by two of his forest friends, the moose and the robin. You did it, they cheered. Where's Turtle? Oh, I'm sure he'll be catching up soon, said the rabbit, but I wouldn't wait for a slowpoke like him. Huh. That's strange. You thought this book had a different ending. It did, but this one has a different ending. This one particularly. And then this? There's an incredibly strange glass cylinder-like mechanism in the room. There's nothing at the bottom of the machine except for some sort of camera attached to a mechanical arm. You can see tracks surrounding it, implying that the camera can not only move vertically, but also circle around the perimeter of the cylinder. Like, I don't know what it is, though. But, I want to take a look at these again. Because, green word and red word. Da-da-da. Let's save for now. So I'm thinking, so the rabbit did indeed win, but we might need to look around some more. Matter of fact, yes, we did. The boxes are full of nothing but junk. Empty jars, machinery parts, just a bunch of spares for anything they might need. And go back to the refrigerator room. So again, let us save. So go back to this computer here. Attempt. Victory. Squirrel, fox, deer, skunk, bird, bear, mouse, wolf, raccoon, cat, sheep, moose, beaver, dog, horse. Never mind. Victory. Nah. Squirrel, fox, deer. Yeah. Let us think. Well, hold on. Provide the red word. Is it 7? Seems that wasn't it. No. Red word. Let's go back to the office. Some machinery. If I remember correctly, what was... So, let's look at the scan again. Let's see. Nina, last name unknown. Red fox. Hair orange. Blood type. Notes. Scans are picking up something unclear as of now. We'll review her organs after removal. You've got to get out of here. I know. But there's got to be a code hidden here because I... Red fox. Provide the red word. Yeah, so hold on. Let me figure this out real quick. Okay, so I actually found a blanket inside the lab room, like the room with the dead body that's like strapped down. Yeah, and so I interact with this, and here's what it says. So it says, there's a row of cabinets over the counter area. They're too high for you to reach. Oh, wait, hold on. This is before I... grabbed it. Hold on. Oops. Haha. Oh my goodness, I need to save more often. You approach the shelf in the room. You grab one of the sheets from the shelf. You might be able to use this. Yes, of course. So, morgue, stairs, I think it was the... Oh, no, the morgue, yeah. Oh my goodness, I'm having a brain fart. So, anyways, save, please. Okay, so, you look up at the cabinets. You look towards the chair in the room, and then you look to the blanket in your hands. Acting quickly, you place the sheet on the floor and then drag the chair over top of it. With the wheels being unable to move against the blanket, you take a step on top. Luckily, you feel like a balanced enough person to be able to reach up there with your heels on. You open the cabinets and look around inside. There isn't much, at least not much that would be of use to you. There's a book here, though. Ah, here we are. The book is unlabeled on the cover, but has a few different sections marked with highlighted tabs. What section will you read? The Jade section? He's obsessed with moving. If he's not dancing, he's exercising. If he's not exercising, he's walking. If he's not walking, he's standing, impatiently tapping his foot or bouncing his leg. Or using that silly little mortar and pestle like it's a stim toy or something. If he is still, it's because he's in good company, occupying so much of his mind that moving is no longer necessary. In a way, I almost feel bad for him. It must be exhausting to need to be distracted that much. In a way, he reminds me of this cabin I met once. A mutt though, not a purebred. And not just because he's a rabbit either. You intended to continue reading, but something disrupts your focus. You hear the sound of footsteps and chatter coming your way. You quickly hop off the chair, hide the blanket, and roll the chair back to where it was. You need to hide. Okay, and where would I do that? You duck under the tablecloth, hoping that if you're quiet and still, you'll go unnoticed. You wrap your tail around you and hope that no part of it sticks out. Within a few moments, 2 pairs of feet step into the room, heels clacking against the hard-tiled floor. They stop within your view, facing towards the lockers. You can hear them clearly talking above you. You recognize Playboy's voice, but not the other. Despite the heels, it's a rather masculine voice. I told you we only have room for one more. Ah, you were right again. I could have sworn there was more room. We have 2 bodies in the lab room now, correct? Which one should get the locker? They're small. Can't they both fit? Just stack them on top of each other. I'd take a bite out of that girl's sandwich. I don't think that will work as well as you think it will. Alright, I hear ya. The blonde. First come, first serve, right? Fair enough. And what should we do with the fox then? Is the dumpster outside clear enough? That skank! Look, it's fine. We'll find a way to make it work. I'll tell you what we should do with her before the night's up, alright? Whatever you say, boss. The 2 of them move around the room a little bit more in silence. Then the pair walk towards the door and walk out, shutting the door behind them. You wait a few more moments until their footsteps can't be heard outside the door anymore. Once you were sure you were in the clear, you get out from under the table. Okay. You take a look around you as if someone else could still possibly be in the room. As you look, you notice something on the floor. One of them must have dropped something. Pick it up? Yes. You crouch down and pick the object up. It's an employee card, but it seems important. You could use this for something, you're sure of it. You pocket the card. Yes, overwrite. Could I possibly use it on the stairs? Look beside the door, because it's both a retina scanner, though. 2 scanners here, one of them with a key card, the other an eye scanner. You have a key card, but it doesn't seem like... It doesn't seem like things work without the eye scan. Right. On the bright side, we did get the Jade entry. I just don't know what the word is. I must be out of the room. Oh well. Right. Let me think. Cause where else could it have been moved to? Lab room maybe? Hold on, let me move around a bit. Stairs, ornate doors, office. Maybe the office. Who knows? You open some of the cabinets under the desk. They're not locked, but they're also not really important. I can't use the computer, because then it's going to trigger the alarm. There's a metal panel here. Try to open it, but there's not even an inch of give. Definitely the kind of door that requires some special sort of tool. Then let me think. Alright, hold on, let me figure this out real quick. Okay, so I finally figured out the code to the safe. So it actually was in that doctor's log that was located inside the morgue. Apparently it spelled out the word mean lapine or something, which I don't know how I didn't catch the letter L, but whatever. Anyway, so it unlocks. Despite having been locked, there doesn't seem to be much of value inside. Looks mostly like a bunch of junk. A yo-yo, a snow globe, a vacation magazine, a costume necklace, and a knocked over rook piece with a number 6 on the bottom. So it's the chess code, yeah. Number 6. So the rook is 6, the queen is... Well, I need to solve that first. Alright, so now let me continue figuring out this puzzle real quick. Because, I mean, I'm kind of stumped, so I'm kind of considering the guide once again. So, yeah, so hold on. Let me continue figuring out this puzzle real quick. Alright, so this time I actually decided to sort of, like, restart the what was it called? Oh yeah, the morgue segment, the one where we find the book on top of the cabinets. And this time, I looked for like a word in the ruby passage instead of the jade one, the ruby passage that, you know, has to be used to unlock the drawer, which is the one with the drawer with the screen, like right next to the refrigerator on the left. And so it says, the drawer unlocks to you. You take a quick look inside for anything that might be helpful. There's a strange syringe in here. It's full of something, but you're not sure what. Do you want to take it? Yes, take it. Take the syringe. You pocket the syringe, being extra careful not to poke yourself with it. Alright. Yeah, because I'm sort of consulting a guide. Yeah, like I said, I'm consulting a guide, so that was like one of the steps I had to take. But anyways, yeah, so now let me see what else I need to do real quick. Okay, so now I've actually figured out the numbers on the cabinet. So you know how the machine had a number, like the machine that we interacted with on the rightmost side of the screen had the number 1 on it, and then it mentioned something about a dodecagon or a dodecahedron, whatever, which represents the number 12. And then you know how in the sink at the morgue there was a number 2, which, you know, it was kind of hard interpreting what it meant, at least for me, but the number 2 actually represented the drain and how many lines were on the drain, which there were 8 of them. And then the number 3, and then the number 3 was listed on those hexagons on the cork board in the refrigerator room, which, you know, I think it was just 3. Yeah. Or was it just 3? Yeah, it was just 3, because so basically I used like whatever the numbers, like whatever the numbers represented on the equation, and basically, like, yeah, you know, the results that I got, I think, was 18, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 18. Those were the results. But anyways, yeah, so now it says, the cabinet doors open to you, and you hurriedly look inside for something you can use. While it's full of surgical tools, it's conveniently void of most things pointy or sharp. You suppose you could take these at least, so scissors. It's better than nothing. You pocket the scissors and close the cabinet. Alright then. Yeah. So, oh my goodness, another glitch. Or actually, cause, did it represent 3, or... I think it was just, No, yeah, it did represent 3, yeah, cause, I don't know, cause I'm kind of thinking back to the equation that, cause look at the corkboard here. So yeah, so the number 3 is listed on these hexagons here. Yeah. But, I don't know, because I'm thinking it might have represented another number, considering that, you know, again, like, I'm kind of misremembering a bit, but, hold on, let me look back at the guide, or at least, let me look back at the, well, yeah, 1, the guide, and 2, like, the math that I did, and just, and see if I could, like, explain it better, yeah. Okay, so actually, there was one more thing I forgot to pick up here, so... You look in the cabinet again, as if hoping maybe some new tool has appeared to help you. Not in this case. Wait. Did I get the... What was it called? The speculic or something? I don't know. Oh, wait, actually, unless I need to do the other event first. Oh, yeah, also, by the way, a little bit of a correction. The number 2 that was located on the drain actually represents just the number 2, not the amount of, like, lines on the drain. Yeah, so that I got wrong. Anyways, yeah, so let's go to the corner door. Yeah, so since I restarted this a bit, I have to do the blood type puzzle again. But not to worry. So, ouch, something pricked my finger, of course. Confirm blood type, yes. I think this one was rose, if I remember correctly, because I did look at the corkboard, so I think it's, oops. Rose? Yeah, okay. Door unlocks. I think the next thing we have to do is... Now we need to get the, now we need to knock out that, that guy that caught us on the computer. So we interact with this. You approach the computer in the room, leaning over the keyboard as you reach your hands out to the controls. But before you're able to click anything, so... What are you doing here? A rather effeminate man barges into the room, and it costs you before you can do anything. He's clearly panicked. This isn't going to end well. So, grab him. Dang it. I forgot. Wait, actually, hold on. Wasn't I supposed to use a syringe? Wait, hold on. Wasn't I supposed to use a syringe? Wait, okay, yeah, something isn't right here. Yeah, hold on, let me restart this real quick. Okay, so now that I only have the syringe in my inventory, now let's see if the sequence will go correctly. So, So, what are you doing here? A rather effeminate man barges into the room, and it costs you before you can do anything. He's clearly panicked. This isn't going to end well, so use syringe. There we go. Acting quickly, you grab the syringe you picked up and sharply jab it into his neck. His eyes immediately contract, and within seconds, his body goes limp. What the hell's in this thing? He collapses to the floor. You're not sure what to do now. It'd be bad if he woke up. But killing him still seems a bit extreme right now. You'll just have to move quickly. You take his body and slump it up against one of the chairs in the room. Alright. There, that's more presentable. Now back to the computer. But hold on. Well, actually, yeah, the computer shows you a lock screen, but there's no command to insert a password of any kind. Instead, the computer asks you to insert a USB to unlock it. Yeah, so interact with the body. Approach him carefully. He's still out cold. What to do? I don't know if we can get the key card though. Or remove, I think remove the eye, so you don't have anything to do that with. Right. Which now we need to go to the cabinet to do it. This one over here. So open it, yes. There seems to be some kind of code needed to open it, of course. It was 18 if I remember correctly. Yeah, open to hurley lift. Pointing charges, but take these at least. It's better than nothing. Pocket the scissors and close the cabinet, and this. So we're searching, but eventually your fingers graze themselves upon an eye speculum. You take it. Okay, there we go. Right. So, the office. And we take the eye out now, no? Still out cold. What to do, remove the eye. You've never done this before, but there's a first time for everything. You just hope you can get it out properly. You set up the speculum around his eye. It takes a bit to figure out, but it's easy once you do. You hesitate on the next step, but you have to do it eventually. It's hard to get a grip on an eyeball, not like you expected it to be easy. And once it is in your fingers, pulling it out is another story. It's very resilient to wanting to be pulled out. Who would have guessed that it would have wanted to stay in its socket? It's a good thing you are not squeamish, otherwise you could imagine this would be hell for you. Once you finally pulled it out enough to see what you assume are the nerves, you get to cutting. You cut everything you see attached to the globe of the eyeball until it is finally separated. You hold the eyeball in your hands. This better work. You remove the speculum from his eyelids and let them fall to be mostly closed. He's looking a bit worse for wear, but that's not your problem anymore. You step back from him as he lays unconscious still. Right. And now I'm gonna save to a different slot this time. Yeah. Alright, so now let me look back at the guide real quick just to make sure I'm doing everything correct. Okay, so there's actually another hint on one of the books. So if we look at the book over here and read it, there should be like so there's a hint on the final page as to disable the security to get the USB stick from the fridge. So once he crossed it, he was greeted by two of his forest friends, the moose and the robin. So the moose and the robin. So yeah, so that's strange. Yeah. Blah blah blah. The moose and the robin. Refrigerator room. Oops. This one over here. Disable refrigerator, blah blah blah. Yeah, refrigerator security. So the moose and the robin. The computer prompts you to select an additional choice. Or just bird. The security has been successfully disabled. You should be able to safely open the fridge now. Okay, and here we are. So we've seen this dialogue already. Yeah, open it. You open the fridge doors and careful not to move anything else. You pick up the USB sitting near the bottom. You put the USB into your pockets, and there we go. Oh, and the other thing we need to do is we need to get the communicator from from this guy's pockets. Yeah. So search pockets. So you bend down beside him and search any pockets on his person. As you dig your hands into one of them, you feel a small hole in the seam between the pocket and the jacket. That must explain why you've been finding some seemingly dropped stuff. You continuing to dig, you find a stun gun. This kind of thing could be really useful, but when you point it away from you and test it, nothing happens. Not a single spark. You double check to see if it's on, but still nothing happens. You slip it back into his pocket. Clearly it'll be of no use to you. The next thing you grab is a communicator of some kind. You attempt to get inside, but it's asking you for a passcode. Enter the code, so we don't know that yet. Seems that wasn't it. And I think it should be here on the swatches here. Yeah. So, red glitter. So, okay, so the glittery red is, so 7, 8, and the solid yellow, I don't know what that is. The little E thingy, yeah. Yeah, so, 7, 8, E number, I don't know what E number is. Yeah, so 7, 8, something, 16, and 3. Yeah, unless this E is supposed to be like its position on the alphabet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or something. So 7, 8, 5, 16, and 3. Let's see. Check communicator. So, what was it? What was it again? 7, 8, 5, 16, 3. No. So that E is different. Yeah. Unless I could brute force it. I don't know. Yeah. Hold on. Let me see if I can figure it out real quick. Okay, so once again, I got the code wrong. It was actually 78963. Yeah, or was it? Cause, well, I don't know, cause I got the swatches wrong. Like I think I got one of the blue swatches wrong. Yeah, it was 789 something 3 or something. But yeah, so now, aha, it works. You immediately start snooping in the communicator, looking for a way to contact the outside world. Nerys, yeah. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to have any sort of command for that. Rather, it seems like it's only built to communicate with the boss and other staff members. While fucking with them would be fun, you'd rather not draw attention to yourself. You leave it be. Nerys, dude. That the name. So so check this out. It's so actually I read, so the yellow, the solid yellow makeup container actually has the number 9 on it. And then the blue one I misinterpreted, it's actually 6, so it's 7. So it's 7, 8, 8, 9, and then 6, and then 3. Yeah, I thought it was 16, like this swatch over here. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, so now that we actually have the password given to us, so the computer shows you a lock screen asking for USB to unlock it successfully. Luckily, you happen to pick one up. You insert it into a port on the computer and it unlocks to you. So now, so first we need to look at the photos because there's actually a hint here. So you see this, the pawn. Yeah, the file's named 47.png, so the pawn is 47. We gotta remember that, 47. Yeah, so let's go over it so far. So the knight is 28, the pawn is 47, and there were others that we need to watch out for, but yeah. So one of them being in one of the ending screens according to the guide. Yeah, but now we go to operations, and then print key card. Current member, so enter it, so it's Nerys, yeah. There we go, it works. You hear the printer roar to life as it starts printing out a key card. There we go. You pocket the key card. Alright, and now we could use this to escape. No, let's escape, please. Now we can use it to escape, go to the, what is it, the stairs. And then you take a deep breath as you approach the mechanisms on the wall. You scan the key card you picked up. It accepts it flawlessly. Next, the eyeball. Try not to squish it too much. You try not to squish it too much as you show it to the scanner. And after a brief moment, it deems satisfactory. You hear the whir of machinery begin to run, and just as you hoped, the door opens. And there we go. So, without wasting any time, you rush out of the door. You find yourself back in the VIP room, the very one you started in. It is both a relief and makes you nauseous at the sight of it. You open the VIP room doors that led you back to the main club, and you squeeze between drunken, partying guests as you make your way to the main door. And then you're outside, in the cool night air. The loud noises of music and people become muffled behind you as the doors shut. And suddenly it all feels like a faraway dream. You take a deep breath, the air is refreshing, and a slight breeze moves past you. You start walking down the sidewalk, passing others as if nothing was wrong, as if nothing happened in there. You didn't find your necklace, but at least you managed to escape with your life. Hopefully your necklace is somewhere else, because you're not sure you'll be returning to Lucky Rabbit anytime soon. Huh. Right. And... escape artist? Whoa. Alright then. Alright, so... which ending was that one? This was... yeah, so escape artist. Alright, so now let me see how to get the true ending now. Okay, so I actually solved the chess equation in the ornate door, and so this is where all the hints for the chess pieces can be found. So for the pawn, the hint for it can be found in that picture of it on the photo album, like on the computer when we access it, the one in the office. And the file name, the number that's listed on the file name tells us like what it represents. And then for the rook, or the tower as I call it, you find out what number it represents by opening the safe inside the refrigerator room. And then for the bishop piece, you actually have to interact with the dead body inside of the lab room, like on the table. And then you have to check the arms where it'll give you an option to open up her hands, and on one of her hands you'll find the bishop piece with the number listed on the bottom, the number 16. Yeah. And then what else? The knight piece, as we remember, we interact with the boxes the boxes on one of the shelves in the office. What else? The king. Now the king, the number that it represents was actually listed on a picture frame on one of the ending slides for the escape artist ending, which was the last ending that we got. Yeah. What else? The king. Oh yeah, and then the queen piece, the queen. There. You know how on the bulletin board in the refrigerator room, there was like a math equation listed next to like a queen piece in it. Well, all we had to do was just simply solve the equation, and then the results was the number that the piece represented. So then we had to solve the equation from left to right. That was listed on that little like picture that shows up when we have to solve the code. We have to enter the results there, and then afterwards we unlock the ornate door. So you hear a click from the door. You grab both handles, open the door, and step inside. Alright. You take a step into the room. It's different, that's for sure. It's not as though the other rooms had much noise going on, but this room feels oddly quiet, like it shouldn't be. Right, and I'm gonna oops, I'm gonna save on another slot here, because why not? Then what I'm gonna do is, there should be a karaoke machine in here, because I remember the guide talked about something like that. So there's a karaoke machine here. If you weren't trapped in a life or death situation, it would be pretty fun to belt out a song or two. Still, you take a good look at it. Seems pretty cool. It's capable of importing new music files and even recording sessions. Actually, there's a recording saved. Do you want to listen to it? Yeah, listen. You start the recording, expecting to hear some catchy pop song and off-key singing, but instead, it's silent, except for two people talking. It's Playboy's voice, and a voice you only faintly recognize. The voice is soft and feminine. It's probably the scientist or the staff member that we stab with a syringe. Yeah. But why? It feels better. But you just said it hurts. Haha. Sorry. I guess I don't explain myself very well. How can I say this? Sorry, I'm trying to think of a way to make it make sense. It's okay, take your time. Alright, imagine this. Let's say I gave you a choice. You could either break your leg, or the love of your life can leave you standing at the altar. Those both sound bad. I know, sweetheart. But like, just choose one, okay? It's just a hypothetical. I mean, if I had to, I guess I'd rather break my leg. You hear someone in the recording snap their fingers. Bingo! Most people would, right? I would too. And that's why I do it. Yeah, it hurts. But if you don't have to think about it, and if you do, it's not for long. It's so uncomplicated. Easier to live with. Simple. I would rather live with that kind of pain any day. Wouldn't you rather not hurt at all? That's not an option for me. I'm sorry. It's okay. Not your fault. I just worry about you. I know. But hey, it's worked for me so far, right? I guess. So, don't worry about me. I'll be okay. I always am. I just... Seems the recording ends there. Right. Well, I'ma save again here just in case. And, what should I do? What should I do? There was something I had to interact with. Was it this dartboard here? There's a dartboard with some darts stuck to it. Yeah. Seems like a fun game. Right, and what else is there to do here? So, there's a gold-plated knight statue in the room. Not taking any chances, you punch it slightly. It rings hollow. Good. And the bottles? There's a collection of bottles in a box on the ground. You take a closer look. They're bottles of strawberry juice. And the bed? A lounging seat lies on the floor. Somehow looks comfortable and uncomfortable at the same time. And then this? There's a basket in the room with extra pillows and blankets. As if it wasn't cozy enough in here. And then here we have this. So way in the back, there's a minibar tucked into the corner. If anyone could use a drink right now, it's you. But you'll wait until you're out of here first. Rather it be celebratory than coping. And this? There's a fondue fountain in the room. Curious, you sniff it. It smells perfectly clean. Darn, you were hoping you could find out if they used cheese or chocolate for it. Huh. These? There's drawers here. Naturally, you go to snoop inside, but they're locked. You look around the drawers and there's a touchscreen panel on the side. It reads, my score, your scores. My score, your scores? Think that might be another puzzle. That's not it. I think it's on the dartboard. There's a dartboard with some darts stuck into it. My scores, your scores? Well, let's see. There's 16, 17, and 6. I don't know if we have to add those. Well, we'll see for now. But let's check out everything in this room because we haven't seen it. A traditional scale waits here. There's nothing you need to weigh against anything else. These? A small plush turtle sits on the floor. You press your hand lightly against it. It lets out a soft squeak as you do. Cute. A box sits on the floor surrounded by and filled with toys, mainly of the plush variety. You dig around inside. Buried at the very bottom of the box, there's a note. Darts note. Ah, here it is. So, gray plus white, single. Outer ring, double. Inner ring, triple. Outer center, 25. Inner center, 50. Okay. PB has been teaching me darts. Maggie tried to explain it to me. PB has been teaching me darts. Maggie tried to explain it to me before, but she started talking about all kinds of crazy games I never heard of before. But the basic game is really simple. I actually ordered us some new darts to make things fun. They have little shapes on the points. I decided to go for moons. PB chose hearts, of course. Maggie decided to stay old-fashioned and stuck with regular boring circles. Well, okay, they're not boring, but they're not exciting either. Max can be such a stickler for tradition sometimes. That's probably a hint for the dartboard. And let's see, we have a peacock. An elegant peacock statue. You have an idea as to why this is here. You wonder if it were you, would you feel flattered about this being here? Something to ponder when you have the time. A rabbit statue. You can imagine yourself picking it up and smashing it over that asshole's head. It'd be funny, you'd take pictures. Yeah, that'd be nice. You look down at the rabbit statue. You could destroy it now, but you'd rather not deal with a bunch of broken ceramic pieces right now. Right. And a punching bag. A beat-up punching bag. You know exactly who's using it. To be fair, it's not exactly hard to. The rest of Playboy's associates you've seen haven't exactly been built. Then there's a swinging chair. It's pretty cool. You make a mental note to get one for yourself when you get out of here. A large pile of large pillows. Looking at it is very tempting. Like, you want to jump right into it, like a pile of leaves on a crisp autumn day. But you shouldn't. And you know you shouldn't. But man, do you want to. A heart, and this. There's a painting? No, that's not quite right. The background is painted, but the dripping focus of the art piece is made up of threads, embroidered to the canvas and trailing off the frame. It's an interesting piece, and one you'd appreciate had you encountered it in an art gallery, not here. Right. This? Oops, not the statue. This. A picture hangs on the wall. It's strange to you that Playboy would have so many incriminating things around. Yet he seems to have been doing this all for a while. So he must feel safe in all this. Safe enough to have his face right here. How strange. Right. Chandelier. A red chandelier hangs from the ceiling. You wonder if it's really necessary with all the lights in here already. But it does give the room a charming red glow. And the heart? An illuminated heart sign shines in the middle of the wall. It does not surprise you in the slightest that Playboy owns this. And could that be it? I mean, I guess that could be it, but we need to solve that puzzle with the dartboard, so... Yeah, hold on, let me see if I can figure it out real quick. Okay, so actually, it said that... So it said the code is, the solution to what the scores on the dartboard are, so... Let me look at the note again. Let me see, so... Gray plus white is single, outer ring is double. Outer ring is double. Okay, yeah, so gray or white single, outer ring is double. And the inner ring is triple. And then outer center 25. Then inner center 50. So let me look at the dartboard real quick. So outer ring, inner ring, right. So okay, there's the outer center right there. Yeah. So this one's at 16 on the inner ring, I think. So if we look back at this note, it's triple. So 16 times 3 would be, let's see, times 2 is 32, and then times 3 would be, I think 48, no? Yeah, so 48. And this one is single, so it's just 17. 48 plus 17. And then 6 times 3. 6 times 3! What's 6 times 3? Oh, man. Okay, anyways. So 6 times 3, 18. So it's 18 plus 17 plus 48, if I'm correct. Yeah, hold on. Let me do some quick math real quick. Okay, let's see if the solution I came up with actually worked. So you look around the drawers as much as... So, is it 83? That's not it. No, it's not. Oh, it's your scores, our scores. Triple, triple, triple. Yes. Oh, what? I exited the note. So, inner ring, triple. Double, triple. Outer center, 25, inner center, 50. The solution, eh? Unless I have to put these numbers separately, which chances are I probably should. Maybe. Probably. Hold on. So, 17. No. Oh, it's 3 digits. Okay. So do I multiply the 3? Because I feel like I should multiply the 3. Oh wait, my scores minus your scores. Minus? Yeah, let me see if I can let me see if I can solve it real quick. Okay, so actually, so I had to add both the like the scores that are represented with like the moons on the dartboard. As well as like the darts themselves, which is Maggie's scores. So I had to add those both together and then subtract them by Playboy's total score. Yeah, which I think the answer came out to 45. Hold on, let me check real quick. Actually, no, the answer came out to 46. As a matter of fact, for me at least, it came out to 46. So I entered it on the drawers, and now it says this. So the drawers unlock and you dig inside. The first drawer is junk. A handheld video game console and a collection of old games. The second drawer is also junk. Bubble blowers, candy, paddle balls. In the third drawer is... You almost can't believe it. It's your necklace. Finally. Huh. Wait a minute. Wow, what's going on with our eyes? Uh-oh. Playboy's here. He's not up. Whoa, what the? Playboy plummets directly to the floor, a loud thud following as he does so. the first time since you met him, you can see panic on his face. Ah, ha, 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 ha. What's the matter, big boy? You're acting like nobody ever taught you that love is violent. Before Playboy's able to get up, you pounce on him, straddling his stomach. He attempts to grab you, but you quickly grab his wrist and pin him up over his head. Now you have your necklace back, a single hand on his wrist is enough to keep him bound in place. He doesn't say anything as you attack him. He looks like he doesn't even have the words. His eyebrows are angry and his teeth are bared, but neither of them can hide the look of fear in his eyes. Eagerly, you trace a claw across the mark you left on his chest. Lightly at first. Then you trace back up. Deeper. Back down. Deeper again. His face winces and cringes as you do so, pained hisses escaping from between his teeth. Normally you'd do this more quickly, but after everything he put you through tonight, you think you deserve to have a little fun. With your sharpest strike yet, you slice your claws between his pecs and down his torso. Oh man. He lets out an even bigger hiss as tears prick at the corner of his eyes, and streams delicately down his face. Yet, he refuses to scream, or even call for help. Not even when you dig your hand into his body and snake it up towards his chest. Then, you feel it, pumping panically in your hand. Jackpot! There we go. I told you earlier, didn't I? Oh. I forgot something here. His heart. Dang. Uh-oh. That is not good. Very not good. It was a strange sight. For him to be so untaught. Slack. A man once so bursting with energy, now bleeding it all out. Perhaps you would have spared him if he actually returned your necklace when you prompted him. But he made his choice, and you made yours. You kneel over his body and dig around in his pockets, until you encounter what you believe to be a sort of skeleton key. It's a key card, one that specifically marks him as the boss and has a rather detailed appearance. Could this finally be your ticket out of here? Only one way to find out. You walk around the facility until you find a staircase. You can see a door, and what looks to be like some screens and scanners at the top. You walk up the stairs and hold the key card up to the scanner that's there. Despite the eye scanner beside it, it instantly accepts your high-ranking key card with no other verification required. The door slides open and lets you out into the VIP room where you first entered. You are covered in Playboy's blood, but now that your pearl has been returned, it poses no issue. Granting a bit of illusion magic with its power, you're able to mask the blood to anyone who sees you. You calmly walk out the VIP room, move past the bar and around the dance floor. Until you are finally outside again. The music of the club becomes muffled the further you walk away from it. The crisp night air feels refreshing against your skin, and you can't help but smile. The taste of victory is always sweet. I'd bet. So, what's gonna happen now? And then the fucking bitch rips my heart right out of my chest. Fucking bitch. It's a real shame, you know? I mean, I just changed hearts last week. What a waste. Could have been worse. Could have been the lungs you swapped out yesterday. And don't even get me started on this big fucking scar. Who knows how long it'll be until Pensy can get to clean it up for me. Nah, you should keep it. It makes you look cool. You don't think it makes me look weak? Nah, it's tough. I know you didn't want to switch so soon, but... How's the new heart treating you? Everything's okay? That stare? Oh, Mary darling, I feel like a new man. Thank you. If it weren't for you, sweetheart, I'd be a done bun. This old necklace of yours really came in handy. Oh. What the? What's this? Looks like an eye. Is it an eye? Oh, it's a spider thingy. Spider necklace. Spider necklace. Whooping. It looks like a UFO now. Whooping, it pounces, and then it crawls and crawls like an insect. And where does it go? We don't know. It goes, oh, to the fridge. I think that's the fridge? Maybe. To the heart collection. Picks up a heart, and... Ah, wait, this is probably like a flashback or something. Yeah, here we go. the little bug insect dingy robot necklace is replacing the heart. Yeah. Nice heart. Oh, now that's a cool scene. I like this. And there we go. Playboy is alive and well, I think. Well, I don't know about well, but he is alive. And there we go. There we go. How'd you ever come up with it? Doc helped me make it. Said it was a good idea. Not just good, brilliant. And speaking of brilliant, just how did you know something was up with Nina? When we were standing by here, I just got this bad feeling. Like something was missing. Like she didn't have a soul. Ah, that's why. Sorry, can we not talk about this anymore? Can we talk about something else? Like what? I don't know. Maybe what we're doing for dinner? Why, you hungry? Yeah. What do you want to get then? I don't know. Thank you for playing. Hey, no problem, arcade. No problem. And then there's Nina eating the heart. Eating la corazón. So, oh boy. Yeah, let's just say I spent a lot of time trying to figure a lot of the puzzles out, but hey, I mean, just getting the true ending as well as the bonus scene, like, that's enough for me. Yeah. Fuck. No, but also, if you guys are wondering as to how to get the bonus scene, the one that played just now, well, actually, did I even get it? Let's check that. Yes, I did. Okay. But if you guys are wondering as to how to get the bonus scene, basically you have to like sort of like appeal to Playboy as much as possible. Like for example, in the drinks in the segment where you're getting a drink from the bartender, you have to get the margarita drink or whatever it was called. Yeah. And then afterwards you have to tell them that you smoke and that you do party drugs. But in the exercise question, tell them that you don't exercise that much, or like you don't exercise as much as you should. And then afterwards you have to dance with them at the dance floor. And then after that, I think well, because I'm kind of doing this from memory. Then after that, once you get captured by him, you have to break out of the table, but then crawl back in, like crawl back to the table once he catches you at first, and then you have to specifically ask him the question like, oh, like what is the meaning of this? And then once he leaves, then you know you play through the rest of the game as normal. And then once you reach the part where you unlock the lounge room, or you unlock the ornate door, the one with the chess puzzle in it, then you have to listen to the karaoke machine, the recording on the karaoke machine, which is the reason why I did it. I listened to it, and then just solve the dartboard puzzle like normal, and then get the true ending. And that's how you get the bonus scene included. Yeah. But yeah, man. I mean, like, to be perfectly honest, the puzzles were a bit frustrating in my opinion. But hey, you know, I mean, at the very least, I was able to solve them, and at the very least, Arcade Kitten did include a guide to them on the itch.io page, so thank you, Arcade. Yeah, but I mean, despite the amount of time that I spent, you know, playing this game, trying to get like the true ending at the very least, I still enjoyed it a lot. I mean, honestly, I'd say this game lived up to the hype, because I've been following Arcade Kitten's Twitter account for quite some time now, and dude, like ever since they first teased the Lucky Rabbit Club, like when they first teased it and when they first said that it was in development, like dude, like with all the screenshots that they showed and all the artwork that they made, like dude, like I was super hyped for it from the very beginning. Yeah. And so yeah, and honestly, dude, I mean, again, despite, you know, the frustrating puzzles, I mean, I'd say that it lived up to like my expectations. Like, this was definitely a solid game from Arcade Kitten. Yeah, definitely a solid game. Like, honestly, like, again, despite the frustrating puzzles, I'd say I'm gonna add this game to like my list of like my list of favorite horror games that I played on this channel. Yeah. But yeah, so as always, so the specific things that I like about this game are the artwork, the music choices, especially the inclusion of some like Kevin MacLeod tracks as well. Yeah, is that how you pronounce it? Kevin MacLeod? I don't know, but yeah, like for example, the track that plays throughout the segment where you're solving all the puzzles and like unlocking all the doors and basically like trying to escape like that weird basement facility. Yeah, I know that for sure is a Kevin MacLeod track. Yeah, again, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name correctly. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. But yeah, you know, I love the music choice, and the way the dialogue was written as well. Oh yeah, and one more thing, I also like the inclusion of like characters from previous games, like for example, Mary from the Cemetery Mary series, as well as Maggie from, what was it called? One Girl's Trash? Yeah, One Girl's Trash. Yeah. And also, I really love the character design for Playboy as well. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, anyways, yeah, like I said, this is definitely going on my list of favorite games that I played on this channel. I mean, like I said, the puzzles were a bit frustrating, but I mean, like I said, thankfully there was a guide for the puzzles on the itch.io page for this game, and thankfully I was able to solve them nonetheless. And yeah, I mean, to Arcade Kitten, keep up the fantastic work. I really love playing through this game. And yeah, you know, I'm really looking forward to more games from you in the future, because so far, like, all the visual novels that I played from you are like, they're top notch, dude. Honestly, like, they're top notch. Yeah. But anyways, that's it. So this was Lucky Rabbit Club, a murder-sim visual novel played by the man himself. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And finally, as LA gamers say, peace out and stay gnarly, amigos!